Fan, short for fanatic, is the one who's screaming their lungs out in sub-0 degree temperatures, still believing when the chips are down, and never, ever giving up on their teams or their players. From the closest seat to the worst one, we want to meet you all. This is the American Fan.
What's going on, sports fans? It is Josh Williams back again with another edition of the American Fan 365 podcast. I am unfortunately in my Tiger Woods exclusive row. I'm coming straight from the gym, basketball camp. How are you today?
Well, you don't stink, so that's good.
Yesterday was a rough day.
Yesterday was a rough day for me, too. You know that Mekhi Phifer smoking meme? That was me.
That was you?
That was me because of Saquon and the non-signing. So I'm finally just kind of wrapping my head around it. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Georgie, how was your weekend?
Weekend was awesome.
Oh, right. We usually film on one day.
Well, yeah. No, I'm kind of trying to think about what I did. Shout out to tennis for being like one of the most unwatchable sports ever. Like unwatchable in the sense that like I can't finish it. It's like
you gotta take a nap.
Hey, you better be picking that shit up in the fifth set type shit. Like
I was up late watching it. That was probably the greatest Wimbledon final I have ever seen.
No. Well, I'll say this. Wimbledon final, I have to go Roddick versus Federer, where it went like 3 days, where they couldn't win, and then Federer finally won.
Oh,
that one.
No, this was better because a 20-year-old displaced the king of Wimbledon. This was by far for me the better one.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. We're gonna jump right into NFL. We got some news, some breaking news. It was breaking yesterday. Of course, like I said, I had basketball camp, so I wasn't able. We weren't able to do a show yesterday. But DeAndre Hopkins has found a new home. It happens to be in Tennessee, and that shook up all of us. So my question is it a good fit, and will this even matter?
What are we playing for here? What are we playing for? Like a lifetime pass to what's Elvis's home?
Graceland.
To Graceland. What are we playing for?
This is Chris, where we cue you to put in the Herman Edwards. You play to win the game. That's what we're playing for, Ro. And yeah.
You play to win the game for what reason? You play to win the game to win what?
Championships.
Okay. Why he went to the Titans? Go to the Texans. Shit. I mean,
go back. Go home.
Back to the Texans.
Go home.
Like, why?
It literally makes zero sense to me. I mean, he could have went to Buffalo.
I think the best fit for him should have been Buffalo or the Giants.
Or the Giants or the Chiefs. Those were three playoff teams that all three would have made it work for him. You go to the Titans that run the ball. Like, there was a meme where it showed like all the receivers. Did you send me that? Where it was all the receivers were great. Tennessee is where great receivers go to die.
Yes, I did.
That was you with Randy Moss.
Yes.
And who else was on that? Andre Johnson.
And do you know that Vrabel is actually the most successful component of that team ever?
Like literally, I mean, they look. Let's not crap on the Texans. On the Titans. They're a solid team, but they don't know what their quarterback situation is. You know what I mean?
Well, the Titans of 2 seasons ago were crazy. I don't know if
right there.
Just right there. Mm-hmm. Just forget their offense. That defense got them crazy, but they still couldn't beat Joe Burrow. They sacked him 9 times.
Oh my God.
But it's not the same Titans team. I don't know why he would. I don't think anybody could really understand why.
George, have we gotten the numbers on his salary for that?
I can take a gander.
Yeah. I mean, because I never saw what the salary was.
It wasn't crazy.
See that? Yeah, that.
Like if it was the money, I would be like,
makes sense. All right, you took
whatever.
the money, got it. Let's not talk about wins.
Well, because you
all
never
right,
know.
I got it here.
Oh, what you got, George? What is it?
It says he's getting 2-year, $26 million contract but that it can pay up to $32 million.
Okay.
He gets up to a $3 million signing bonus each year, $1 million for a receptions bonus.
Yeah.
He's going to go throughout the bonus.
Okay. Is it 20? Is it
26 million and $6 million's up in the air if he decides to.
Oh, okay.
Based on incentives.
26
He's not going to get the ball much, so good luck making the.
Exactly. I'll get 20 catches. Maybe not.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. We're going to give you $1 billion for 100 catches. It's like, I mean,
it's physically impossible. You could catch the ball 10 times a game. We're still like, there's going to be 2 games where you didn't get one.
No, but I don't understand it. I don't want to say what a waste, but
Do you guys want to hear the numbers? I just want to we can spit on this. Okay?
Yeah.
These are the number incentives for his contract: 95 catches, 1,050 yards, and 10 touchdowns. That'll give him the full $3 million bonus. And then if he hits those numbers in both seasons, he gets a total of 6.
He has to hit all that?
Back-to-back years, bro.
Lies.
That's like I want you to go on American Gladiator and win every game of the season.
Your new name is Laser.
Or Lazy.
That's too funny. That is too funny. Oh, my God. All right. Deion Sanders has returned to the swoosh after saying he would never do business again with Nike. Did you ever have a pair of any of Prime Time's, diamond turf shoes? Did you ever have any?
The only kicks that I had with diamonds on them were British Knights.
I hate you so much. Oh my God. All right, George, pull up the shoes. We'll go one by one. We'll take this one by one. These are the originals right here, the original diamond turfs. They were released in 93, 94. He played in San Fran in these.
They look like a Trans Am.
No. Honestly, what shoe does it look like, though? What shoe does it look like when you look at it? What shoe does it look like?
I mean,
Without a doubt, looks like Griffey's.
You think Griffey's?
Yeah.
See, I think they look like the original, like one of the Bo Jacksons. Right?
They look almost.
Yeah.
I want to say if you take away that mesh panel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They look like the Bows. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead to the second one, George.
Yep.
Uh-oh. George is on it.
Second one.
Yep.
And item number 2, George, show us what we got here.
Ooh, what does that look like?
All righty.
Those he played, I know for sure he played in San Francisco with those. Those, honestly, to me, when I didn't remember these. These only were retroed once back in 2012. The first ones were retroed a bunch of times. Those, they remind me of the Jordan 9s. The retirement Jordans.
I agree.
I know George is a little too young.
Well,
No, I'm a fan of the 9s.
That's the first thing I thought of too.
That's what you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they remind me of the 9s, like the colorway.
And even to where the toe white stops and
everything. The outsole like on the side.
But even the silhouette is a Jordan 9.
It looks very similar.
Except for the bottom, it could be a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw them, I was like, oh my God, they just ripped off the 9s. All right, go ahead, George. What's the third one?
The third one we have here.
These are probably
Predator looking.
Yeah, those are probably my favorites of all of them.
I like them because they look like the Bengals uniform, the white and black.
Those actually would be some tough shoes to wear.
Match up with them with cleats. If you make them cleats.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, that's actually a really good call. Granted, those were when he got to the Cowboys. Those were probably my favorite ones. I of all the Deion Sanders shoes, I never owned any, but those were the ones that I always wanted.
Okay, see, but I never owned any. It's like, here's the funny thing is everybody that I know that's a huge LeBron fan, I ask them, do you have any pair of LeBrons?
Yeah. No, not a one.
They do. I don't know one person that got robbed for a pair of LeBrons.
Oh my God. Yeah. We were getting killed for Jordans. Like
we out here dodging bullets for Jordans.
LeBron's, it's like, you good, dog. You can have them.
No, you know what? Well, you can go out and keep them. That's fine.
That's too funny. Oh my God. All right. Fourth pair. Let's see what we got. So these honestly remind me of the. I want to say these came out. Yeah, they did. 97. These came out around the same time as the Brett Favre's and Barry Sanders shoes.
No. You know what that looks like?
What do you
Are
think?
those Pumas when Puma was Oh, I'm sorry. They're Filas. They look almost exactly like those Filas.
Grant Hills?
The Grant Hills.
Okay.
The first Grant Hills. Those look like the first Grant Hill Filas.
Oh, I know what you mean. Okay. I can see that.
Right?
I can see that. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Because
about.
even where that oval is with the swoosh, that's where the Fila logo was. And that just even the structure of the colorway is almost identical to the Grant Hill ones.
The back, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, those were like caterpillars. I always called those like the
They were
caterpillars.
red, black. They were red, blue, red, white, and blue. But that is what they remind me of almost instantly. Here, I'll pull them up. So
Fair enough. I know which ones
You know what I
talking
mean,
about. I know
right?
which ones you're talking
Okay.
about. George, what do you think?
These are fugly, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like these.
But Georgie, I know you're
These
too
are
young for these,
not-
but pull up the Grant Hill ones.
The original Grant Hills.
Gotcha.
Original Grant Hill shoes.
I think those are still fly PS.
The original Grant Hills?
Yeah.
Those always were weird to me because I was always like, where do you want me to put my laces?
My God.
Yeah, those are the
My.
ones. Those are the ones you're talking about, right, Ro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the ones. Hey, look, listen. If you want
I like 'em.
if you want to know why Grant broke his ankle, it was in these heavy tail
Sorry,
bricks.
but you know what? Okay, so I was wrong in
Cement
where the
track
logo
shoes.
placement was, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No. I knew what you meant in terms of the back, like the.
First of all, when those came out, those you couldn't tell anybody anything that had them.
Yes, George. I will say that people did rock these.
Hey, no, I would rock that with like some baggy jeans,
With jeans,
and like a 4X white T-shirt, probably.
This was before 4X. Baggy jeans, yes. This is before 4X.
This is maybe like during the cross colors movement. Don't you remember?
It's towards the end. Towards the end of Cross Colors. Oh my gosh. Okay. What's the next one, George? Let's see what we got.
The next one that we have here, and this is the last
That's
one.
the last one. The last ones. Honestly, I'll tell you what they remind me of. They remind me of the Jason Kids.
Yeah, I can see that. It looks like what a velociraptor though would wear if it could own
If it was going
sneakers.
jogging.
I don't know. There's so much going on, like with the Velcro strap, the molten silver. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If that was like all off-white, that would look fly. I think it's the colorway that makes me not like them.
Yeah, it's doing too much.
Because if you think about it, the Red Octobers, which were one of my all-time favorite sneakers, kind of look like that.
Huh? In some ways.
The Yeezy Red Octobers?
Yeah.
Those are fire.
Those are one of my all-time favorite
Those are
pairs of sneakers ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Red Octobers.
You have a pair?
I wish. Are you kidding?
I
wish I
did. I gave them away.
No, you did.
No. Shame.
I wanted
Shame.
to push that water
Shame.
bottle right
Shame.
up on your face.
Once upon a time, I did. I had the so the original pair of Yeezys, the Yeezy 1. I forget what the color. I forget what the name of them was, but I had the black and pink ones.
I had the Oreos. I just don't like Yeezys. I'm an Air Max girl, and everybody that knows that about me knows that I'm an Air Max girl. I am wearing right now ones.
Oh,
Toss it up. Toss it up there.
The
I'll give you a
UNLVs.
little zoom. Hey,
Throw off the leg.
They're the UNLVs. I love these, and they're like the platform ones too.
Yeah.
So I love these.
There you go.
But and I usually don't like Jordans either because I feel like women who, first of all, I am tiny in build. I'm 5'2". I'm curvy, but I'm tiny, and I feel like it doesn't matter what your body type or shape is. When you wear Jordans, the ones, the high top, not the mids, because nobody should have worn the mids, you look like SpongeBob SquarePants. They give you that gait, that.
Ro hates women wearing Jordans.
No, I don't hate women wearing Jordans. I'm saying it makes me
you look boxy.
Yeah, and a lot of women look boxy, but some women carrying, if their gait isn't like, if you are not curvy, if you are straight up and down, you look fine.
If you're from Philly, Ro says you can wear Jordans.
Because especially if you get them to match your mustache. I mean,
I hate you so very much. Oh my God. Speaking of Jays, I got mine on. Yeah,
Wait a second. You know what pair of?
Hold on. I got you.
I love
I'm not
those.
not as limber as Rose.
I used to think they used to look like maxi pads on the sides, but they've grown on
They've
me.
grown on you.
You know what pair of shoes are always fly to me? The like back. This is back. I'm taking it way back. British Knights, but the Diodoras.
Yeah.
Diodoras were so fly. Like every fine girl had a pair of Diodoras.
That's like late 80s, early 90s.
That is I'll tell you, early 90s.
Yeah, because that was like still Fila time period when Fila was kind of making
That's right. But
yeah.
I had a pair of like they were almost like a taupe suede pair of Diodoras.
I know which ones you're talking about.
And also in 5th grade, I made waves with my Paula Abdul Ali gears, but whatever.
Not made waves. This is New York City fashion brought to you by Rosine.
All right, what is your all-time, Georgie, Josh, your all-time favorite sneaker ever?
Not hard at all. Jordan 11.
Oh, Concords?
Yeah. Well, honestly, for me,
any type,
any 11. It's
okay.
If I put on a pair of 11s, it's going to be a good day. Even if the day goes to hell, I'm still like, well, at least I look good.
Dude, there's something about the
11s
patent leather that just fucking catches people's eyes.
Yeah.
Am I dressing up? Am I dressing down? No, I'm dunking on you. Like, it's the perfect shoe. It's, no. That and the Nike Air Monarch, the dad shoes.
You get one.
Extremely comfortable.
You like strangely comfortable.
You know what? My dad with his members only jogging suits.
Yes.
They're all terry cloth. My dad had three pairs of white Monarchs because they always had to be crispy.
Yeah.
He loved them bitches. Those Monarchs, but let me tell you something. They've got like a G-ness to them. My favorite Jordan, I would say, is the Jordan 4. I love the concretes.
You love the 4s. Okay.
I love the 4s.
Yeah.
But my all-time favorite sneaker is the Red October.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go Air Max. Okay. All right. Well, 3 franchise running backs. 3 were franchised. We had Tony Pollard from the Cowboys.
Yep.
We had Saquon Barkley from your Giants, and Josh Jacobs from the Oakland Raiders. Excuse me. Las Vegas Raiders. I had to see if they were paying attention.
You can at Josh.
I had to see if they were paying attention. And all 3 were unable to.
That's not your Tony Pollard signed.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Tony Pollard signed.
Did that happen after they get an extension on the extension?
Tony Pollard signed his tag.
No, not the tag. I'm saying he didn't sign a long term.
Oh no!
All 3 of them didn't sign.
No.
Yeah.
But Tony Pollard is the only one who signed his franchise tag.
Yes.
Saquon and Jacobs did not sign anything.
That's right.
This is why with Saquon, well, with anybody that doesn't sign a franchise tag or anything, you are not allowed at minicamp. Yes. And then spring and training camp starts for the Giants July 26th. So he can't he doesn't want to be, but nor should he, because he, God forbid, he gets injured. But Tony Pollard's the only one who decided to sign his franchise tag.
Yeah.
And listen, if I'm Tony Pollard, Zeke's out. Yeah, he was injured, but he is dynamic and he has the opportunity to really shine.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Saquon's greatness is Saquon's greatness. But what are your thoughts on? First of all, let's start with Saquon, then we can get to Jacobs, because I think they're 2 different examples. Because I don't think Jacobs is. I'm sorry, I don't think he's
Saquon's
not as dynamic
stratosphere.
as Saquon. No,
he's not. I mean,
not yet.
In terms of production, did Josh Jacobs lead the league in rushing last year?
He was pretty damn close.
I know.
Bro.
I know he was 1 for much of the season.
I think he led the season in carries.
Okay.
Did he?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, Josh Jacobs was like he was number 1
he
rushing.
led the season though.
That's a bell cow right there.
Yeah. And that was with Josh McDaniels not giving him the ball half the dag one time. Anyway.
But
yeah, exactly. That's starting a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I mean, who do you think deserves long-term deals?
He did lead the league in rushing.
He did. I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he did.
And he didn't lead in carries, but guess who did?
Derrick Henry.
100%.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not a question.
By 9 carries. It was close.
Oh, okay, but it's still pretty close.
Well, I mean,
Just 9.
Derrick Henry had 9 more carries and Josh Jacobs has more yards.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was by 100? Yeesh.
I think you pay Saquon what he wants. Saquon was the Giants' offense. I mean, he was responsible. The statistic that I saw was he was responsible for 41% of the touches that ultimately led to touchdowns. So when we don't have, I mean, who are our wide receivers?
Yeah.
Okay. And we know that Daniel Jones has improved, but that was with Saquon. Saquon is the Giants' offense. You give him what he wants. He has shown you time. This past year, yes, Daniel Jones improved. And our defense took a little bit of a dive, but it's fine. We were still very competitive. But if you think about who is winning games, it was Saquon Barkley. You pay the man.
I think, I know that we had talked about this before in terms of paying quarterback versus running back. I think especially with the television money blowing up, with the cap continuing to expand, you pay him for the next 3 years. You may give him a 5-year deal, but really it's a 3-year deal. He would be 29. You know what I'm saying? You reassess him at that point.
I think you give him a 4-year deal.
Well, I mean, you give him 4 or 5, but like you're paying him for the 3 because you're saying, okay, I think that you can be productive for the next 3 years because he hasn't really, he bounced back from his injuries, all that. Out of those 3, I definitely feel like he's the one that he deserves it the most. Josh Jacobs would probably be second just because of his youth, because I think Josh Jacobs is only 24. He's not old. Tony Pollard, we've talked about it before. He's coming off of that debilitating injury, so we still don't know what he is yet. The one thing I will ask to both of you guys, you know that.
Well, hold on. Wait.
George, go ahead.
George, how do you feel about Saquon?
It's a damn shame, man, because he is the entire. He's the city. He's the city. Everybody was stoked and has been stoked on him since 2018 when he came in, and like, I don't know. I just hate seeing Danny Dimes get that contract early on. We knew this was coming. Now it's like, does he hold out just till the very end because I'm a stud and I don't really have to go to all this extra BS at the beginning? And I'm trying to prove a point. I don't think Saquon's a Le'Veon Bell.
I was about to ask both of you that.
But goddamn, if he is,
I hope he doesn't do that. I hope he doesn't do that.
That was
what my next question was.
Did you see the
guys.
apology from Le'Veon?
Oh yeah.
I think Saquon has the potential to be better.
No, not a question.
Yes.
No, we're not saying that. We're saying do not hold out until I think it's November. Like it's a date in November.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't sign his franchise by that date, then he loses this contract year. And the Giants still
he can't have
rights.
that. Yes, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
So with the Giants, this is what I don't understand. They made some cuts like Blake Martinez. I didn't understand. Okay. However, Joe Shane and Dable and Big Daddy Wink are making the right moves we've seen, right? So I don't work in a front office. They're way smarter than me when it comes to that. From a fan's point of view, I get that you just pay Danny Dimes or you give him a contract for $84 million. And yes, the quarterback should be the highest paid position because you are the one that's ultimately responsible for scoring. But I will tell you what made him dynamic in my eyes was Saquon. To me, this is probably, I'm sure there have been other examples that can be close, but in recent history, I can't think of a running back duo other than Christian McCaffrey that's made that big of an impact because of the quarterback pairing. Yeah. So I think, I forgot what Christian's contract was.
I think he was $100 million.
It's 16 a year plus incentive, I believe. But no, you pay Saquon whatever he wants.
Yeah. Look, like I said, the salary cap keeps going up every year. I think you pay him now versus waiting another year, and then it gets harder because now it's like, oh, well, now there's more money. When you can kind of plan for the money that's already going to come, it's a little bit easier to say, okay, we'll pay him now, get it out the way, and then as the money goes up, it's like, well, you can't ask for more money. You're already paid. You know what I mean? You've already signed. So that's just my feeling.
It's pretty monumental here. Like when I pull up this little graphic here, it's pretty much saying, like, it's outlining what the franchise tag is going to be for the next season, right? And that running back position is at $10 million.
Yep.
That number jumps $3 million in a year. Yeah. And I don't know, like, if this has been steady raising.
Incremental, yeah.
But that seems pretty substantial to
Well,
me.
that was one of the reasons that they decided to increase the season by 1 game and to also consider adding more games.
Yeah.
You have more advertising money. You have more sponsorship
More.
money. You have more to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why. I mean, to me, Saquon isn't a on the fence player. He is.
Yeah. You just check the box.
He's a superstar.
Yeah, you just check the box. I get it. Well, switching gears from Rose's team, we're going to talk about mine for a hot second. The Daniel Snyder era is officially ending on Thursday. And I'm going to give you my five lowlights from his 24-year reign of tyranny. Are you prepared? Are you ready?
I'm prepared.
All right. I didn't put this in the notes. I had to say
I know. I'm like, okay. See, this is what he does. See, I didn't prep, and neither did Georgie.
No, it's for me. These are my lowlights.
Go
you can
ahead
come with your own.
Go ahead. Well, we have many highlights.
My low light is that we keep celebrating this. Didn't this happen 4 months ago?
No. Now it is officially. It is the end, baby.
It's officially
yeah.
Because I felt
owners,
like it was that last time.
No, the owners vote on it. Remember the last time it was that we have gotten an offer, but the owners now got to vote on it and all that kind of stuff. And again, the dude Josh Harris that bought the team.
The votes on Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's hold on, Josh.
Nah. Trust me, baby.
It might not happen, Josh.
It might not happen.
Trust me,
it
baby.
Might not. Bro, it might not happen.
They want that man out.
It might not happen.
I promise you, they want him out. It will be unanimous 31 votes. Yes.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right.
These are the
Go ahead.
Well,
lowlights.
I mean, it should be.
Yes.
You rated it out a 6-1.
Number 5. No, yeah. Number 5. Trading Brad Johnson to Tampa Bay and watching him win a Super Bowl under John Gruden and saying that Jeff George had the better arm, and that was the reason why we went with Jeff George over Brad Johnson, who just won us a divisional title. That's number 5. Number 4, the Albert Haynesworth saga. Making Albert Haynesworth the highest paid defensive player of all time at the moment. And then Mike Shanahan making him run gassers because he wasn't in shape and he couldn't get on the field until he hit a certain time.
That was bad.
That was on ESPN every day for 2 weeks. Number 3, RG3 blowing out his knee at FedEx Field against the Seahawks. I kind of laughed at the time because I was like, oh, he's been through this surgery. We're going to be all right. Dr. James Andrews is going to make sure he's good. That was 11 years ago.
Against who?
Against the Seahawks.
Oh, that's right. That's
Against the Seahawks. Richard Sherman. That was the game that Trent Williams punched Richard Sherman in the face.
That was the game.
Chris, cue up that clip. Let's see. Number 2, Sean Taylor's tragic death. That was probably, in terms of football and everything else, that was the lowest point I've had as a football fan. That was tough. As a fan, you're really numb over that because, when it first happened, when I first heard Sean got shot, my first thought was, well, I hope he doesn't lose his leg, because remember he got shot like in his leg, and he was having some bleeding issues, and that was my first thought. And then, it went from not losing his leg to, oh my God, he's gonna die. So that was a hard time for any sports fans, especially Washington Redskins fans. And number 1, the sexual harassment and assault allegations that led to a congressional hearing and 2 independent inquiries on our team. # release the report. And yeah, we're still waiting on these reports to get released. So prayerfully they come out next week.
Prayfully?
Yeah, well, basically.
Is that a word?
Oh yeah, that's
Prayfully.
Prayerfully.
Prayerfully. I will counter with two beautiful things, though, when I do think of, the Redskins.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say the triumphant story of Alex Smith, number one.
Yes, that's a good story.
And also Ron Rivera.
100%.
What about Ron Rivera?
I think it was like in a weird way, like they were like, let's bring Ron in.
The man overcame cancer.
The cancer situation.
And I think Dan Snyder thought he would be a better person if he hired Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
1,000,000%.
It's
George, if you touch poop with clean hands, you got poopy hands.
Well, he hid under. Well, Snyder hid under that skirt for a while
for sure.
between Alex and Ron Rivera. I mean, that was because both those stories are beautiful stories.
Yes. Oh no, 1,000%.
So yes, you know what? You guys have a storied history. Listen, there are teams in the league that have. But those are two very redeeming things, and hopefully going into this new era, but there's always going to be hiccups. Dan Snyder wasn't a hiccup; he was a herpes. So it was just.
Good Lord, that train kept coming on time. Every time it was quiet, we'd have a herpes flare up.
Something happened.
You guys are a mad roller coaster. Because even the Robinson thing, or this past season. Dude gets shot. The running back.
Oh, yeah. Brian Robinson, B-Rob, yes.
And he comes back.
Yes, getting shot in a traffic light.
Yeah, but that's what happens when that's the karma within that team. It's like being buried on an Indian burial. It's like building a house over an Indian burial site. Like, you've got to change the energy and the karma. That's continuous. That energy doesn't go away. It'll move, but it won't dissipate until it changes.
Until we have exorcised our demons.
Yep.
So we have officially begun that situation. As much as I wanted Mr. Jeff Bezos, I guess I'll take my broke $6 billion owner. That'll just have to work, I guess. Let's go ahead. Let's finish NFL. Talk about Fantasy Football Row. And talk about our format. Talk about the prize that we're gonna do. And when are we gonna basically make our final determination?
So, you guys. The drawing will be, I was going to say drawing. See, I'm fixing myself. I haven't said use in a minute. We are going to have our drawing next week on air when we do our Monday live show. And we are going to select 9 people. The league's going to be 12. It'll be the first ever, the American Fan 365 Fantasy Football League. The prize will be memorabilia from your favorite team. So it doesn't just have to be football. It could be baseball. It could be, if you like wiffle ball, we'll find you something.
There's got to be a star wiffle ball player.
But unless you're a Cowboys fan, then we're not paying for that shit.
I will not.
I will never. I
purchase.
refuse. I'm sorry.
Jerry will not get my money. I refuse.
Well, it will get you, I'll get an old issue of Sports Illustrated or something. But yes. So the format will be a snake format. Or are we doing reverse snake?
Reverse snake.
Reverse snake. We're going to do reverse snake. Okay. And
because I know I'm gonna get pick 7.
So Georgie, Josh, and I are on this league. So it's gonna be 9 more, and the format's gonna be really fun. George has done it before on his podcast, which is Gridiron Junkies, and can you pull up a little?
Give me
some footage. So basically, we're going to have a podium. And so when you go to announce your pick, we'll have a board with every available player. You can have your computer in front of you with whatever best available, whatever way you choose to do it. But when it is time for you to make your selection, you will go up to your podium. For our friends that may not be in the studio that are either California, New York, Washington, Virginia, New Jersey, wherever, we will give you a background to use for your Zoom. So you will also have, there you go. That's what it's going to look like. So you will go up there and you will make your selection. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be so dope.
And we are going to do that again. So next week, we're going to have the drawing. And then 2 weeks after that, we are going to have our draft. And it is not going to be during the daytime. It is going to be 5 or 6. We'll let you know depending on
schedules, studio times.
Our studio time. And then we will let you know next week. So next week you will know if you're selected. So again, you guys submit your names. I already have a handful of you guys
I have a handful too, yeah.
And that we'll put all in, and then we'll select on air. Then we will tell you what time, and we are gonna. You also have to be 21 and over to participate in this part. We might have like a fun drinking segment, like anytime anybody says something. We were working on a few things just to kind of make it funny, but we will have a Zoom background for you. You will be participating. It will be live streamed. It'll be great. And again, we do have sponsorship spots open for this. Whether you'd like to be the beverage sponsor, whether you'd want to sponsor the grand prize, whether you want to sponsor our shirts, we are open to it, and we would love your participation.
There it is. George, what's your team name gonna be?
Oh, I've gotten so many great submissions. I made a TikTok video giving my favorite 3 from last year, and I didn't use any of them. Last year I went with Riley Reed option. Shout out to all the people on Pornhub. But this year I'm thinking Deshaun wants some happy endings. Instead of Deshaun
No,
Watson,
is that what it is? Oh, thank you.
It's a very niche name.
The reason we're laughing, you guys, is an inside joke.
Oh my God, that's good. Bro, what's your name gonna be?
I don't know yet. I am still marinating on it.
Mine came to me in a dream. We will be Command D's nuts.
I like it.
Rose face.
Get a shirt. Get a fucking shirt for that right there.
Rose face was that?
Man, them hairy balls.
Lord. Mrs. Williams, I had nothing to do with this. That's your son.
God. Rose face was everything I wanted it to be.
That's your son.
That's
Mrs.
too
Williams.
funny. Okay, all right. Let's move on to Wimbledon. This was the second. Yes, the second Grand Slam. The third. This is the third.
Third.
Yes, Australia, French. Yes, Wimbledon. The third Grand Slam of the year finished on Sunday. Carlos Alcatraz. We're gonna figure this child's name out.
Josh just has a name thing.
No, I promise. He's just not new. He's still new.
You don't have problem with names?
I have a horrible problem with names. That's not it. Look, George didn't know how to pronounce his name. I was talking to one of my guys earlier, and he was saying the same thing.
Everybody was calling him Alcatraz. I'm like, he's not the prison.
But you see what I'm saying? He's got to win some more. We know he's the number 1 player in the world right now.
He's a 20-year-old that dethroned Djokovic, who is the reigning king of Wimbledon. I was up late watching this. I'm like, I need somebody to win now because I'm tired, boss. But I was really, really, really happy to listen. I'm a Djokovic fan. Yes, he is arrogant. I know this, and he's one of those. I like big personalities, but to see a 20-year-old he outplayed him. It was great. I loved it. But right here, Djokovic is like, yeah, what up, man? All right, cool. Bye.
All right then.
Bye.
Gave that.
He's like, fuck out of my face.
Gave that church pat.
That was my brother in Christ pat.
Good job. But
did you watch it, Georgie?
I see. This is where I said I like it in spurt. I literally watched 35 minutes and I watched 3 to 4 games. I'm like, God damn, how do you get through this?
Well,
it's just so long. I wish I can like fast forward. Like this is definitely the sport for DVR and like
that. No, that's
and
fair.
fast forwarding through
That's
that
fair.
and hockey.
Do you have a favorite tennis player?
I mean,
Not really.
dope logo.
Yeah, okay.
How about my
Yeah,
boy
yeah.
Nadal?
Rafa.
I love Nadal.
So I will say if you don't, but you know all the rules. You know
Yes.
how the game is played.
I played a lot of Wii Sports.
Okay, fair enough.
Me too.
Okay.
I got a 300 in Wii bowling. By the way, that is my claim.
Whoa.
I bowled a perfect Wii game.
Is that in your Instagram bio?
You know what? I actually should put it in there. I was married and miserable, and this is what I did to fill my time. So that's why I was a championship Wii bowler.
I mean, we all have bowled 300s in Wii bowling.
No, you haven't.
Sure.
If we know you have not. If we did,
look that you gave.
no, I know you haven't. I would love to have a Wii bowling tournament.
Listen, if you can find a Wii game at this
How
point.
about we go actual bowling?
How are the nails?
I took them off because my nails needed a rest.
Oh, then yes. Well, because I don't want any excuses. I don't want my
no.
nails.
Listen, with my nails and with my weave, I give my scalp a break because I need my edges to be intact my whole life. I don't want track alopecia. And I also get rid of my acrylics after like every 6 to 8 weeks just to let my nails breathe because
let the nail bed
like
breathe.
some people leave them on for years. I'm like, your nails probably look like English wooden teeth right now. Please, they're just the wooden nickels. Leave them.
I can't with you. I will say, the biggest stat, I didn't know this until a little earlier, 17 career matches on grass. He had to play 7 this Wimbledon. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and he stopped. So to Rose's point, Djokovic won the Australian Open. He won the French Open. He was on track to get to the Grand Slam, but also if he would have won this one, he would have broken the tie that he had with Nadal for the most Grand Slams ever for a man. He also would have tied Margaret Court for most Grand Slams ever. There was a lot. There was a lot on the line, and so Carlos, big ups to him. For stopping that run.
You go Alcatraz.
Yeah, good going Alcatraz. The match, I would say, in my opinion, the match was won in the fifth game of the third set, where it was a 30-minute game, 26 minutes. They had, I think it was 13 deuces, and it was like 30.
I think it was the fourth set.
No, it was the third. It was the third.
No, what I'm saying is I think
I understand. Sorry. Go ahead. I understand. I'm with you. Go ahead. My fault. My fault. I understand what you mean.
I think it was one of the fourth set, actually.
That was,
yeah.
But Djokovic won the fourth set.
But I will tell you what happened, though. I think that's when he got tired out.
Okay, because see, I stopped. I watched the whole third, and then I watched the beginning part of the fourth, and then I had to go.
He got winded, and then after the fourth set,
he didn't have anything left.
They went back, and I saw Alcatraz drink pickle juice for the electrolytes.
Yeah.
I was like, what's Djokovic drinking?
Just water.
I'm like, At this point, just have some vodka.
Look, I knew he was in trouble because his legs, he did a couple stretches where I was like, yeah, that's 36 years old.
Did he stretch his hammies?
Well, just like there's a certain stretch that an older man makes where you're talking to your legs.
Can we
where
watch
it's
it?
Like,
Can we see it?
Well, no.
Can you
listen,
demonstrate?
Listen.
Please demonstrate.
Listen, look. Any of my NBA friends, we always have the conversation where you got to have the conversation with your knees. Bonzi Wells used to always be like, "Come on, knees," and he would tell me like, "Yeah, you got to have the conversation with your legs." And that was the moves that he was making.
Yeah,
like,
Alcatraz was Megan with the knees. It was
he had brand new knees.
He had brand new knees.
I hate you so much.
No, he had Ace of Diamonds knees.
Oh my God. Moving on to the MLB. Ro,
Yeah.
what do you want to happen with your Yankees?
I would first of all like to say I would like to light myself on fire. 2, I want the Yankees to lose now, and this is why. I want Cashman out. I want Boone out. I am done. I am done making it. I've been done with Cashman, okay? Boone, I held on. I'm like, it's just the postseason, chiz. No. He makes terrible decisions. He's lost his locker room. His players don't have faith in him. Listen, if Aaron Judge isn't on the field, and by the way, that speaks a lot, not to the rest of the team, but to how you manage the rest of the team. Because that shouldn't be the one thing that handicaps the rest of your season. Yes, I get we are the most difficult division in baseball for now, but I'm watching the Braves, okay? And I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm going to tell you, right now, if you were to ask me who's going to take it all, I would say it's going to either be the Braves or the Baltimore Orioles.
Wow, the Orioles getting some love. Wow.
But I want Cashman to be gone. I want Boone to be gone. I'm done.
All right. Well, as a sad Cubs fan, I would just say I don't want us to give up on the season. I don't want them to sell at the trading deadline. I don't want them to get rid of Cody Bellinger. I'd rather figure out a way to keep him. I just want the Cubs to play good baseball. We went through a good stretch where we won. I think it was like 12 out of 15 or something like that.
You guys beat the Yankees.
Yeah. And but then we go on these periods where we'll lose to bad teams and we'll give away late leads. I think that's my main thing is just finish the season out strong.
Well, I'm gonna say, and this is the time in baseball because listen, I mean, with 525,000 games, you're like, I'm gonna sit the first half out, right? Yeah. You'll watch your team during a rivalry. I always do, but this is where it gets nitty gritty because you got to make it to October.
Yeah.
What you do between now, especially in August, is because starting September, it's always a sprint. It is always a sprint, and you don't want it to be. Last year, the Yankees were leading by 13 games at one point. No, we because the Yankees always have to make it interesting. And so it came down to a sprint during September. So right now is really when the season, you've got to figure your shit out and get hot right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. The trade deadline is coming up, and one major name might get moved. I just have a question for both of you guys. Does Shohei Ohtani get traded this season? And how big do you think his next contract will be? I'll start with George. George, what do you think?
You could be looking at the first $700+ million contract here. And like, I was going to say the B word, but like it's inevitable, like that's what he's going to make on the outside.
Sure.
I actually don't see him doing as much. I know he's probably doing a shit ton of media.
Oh, in Japan.
Like he's probably got to be the second coming of Jesus Christ out there. But like, it's just like Jokic out here. It's like, where's your McDonald's commercial? Like where's your Coca-Cola? Like these are simple things in my American mind that he's going to make a lot of money. 700 million at minimum.
He needs his own shoe.
Ooh.
I like, there's certain players that don't have a shoe where I'm always like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why are you
How do you know that's not in the works?
Well, no, I'm not saying it's, but I'm just saying he should have one. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah.
How long do you have to be like that good? Like, I mean, we were sucking Zion Williamson's cock, and he never played an NBA game.
He had a shoe from the gate. No, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
it's the truth.
He's so right,
It's the truth. Like some guys, it's like they have to like literally walk through hot coals to get a shoe.
Come on, bro.
And then the other dude is like, yeah, I'm gonna just start with a shoe. And it's like, how the heck he start with a shoe? And this dude been an all-star and leading the league, and it's like, we're thinking about it. They'll get a player exclusive.
Right.
They'll get a PE. They won't get their own shoe. Be like, yeah, you got some Jordans. You got some special makeup on your Jordans though. We don't sell those. That's all. You go ahead. You could jump in.
Sure?
Yeah, you jump in.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. George is right on the money when he said this could be, and I think, do I think he's going to be traded? Let's start there. Yes, I think he is going to be traded to the Yankees.
Oh, my God.
Because he fulfills a need in both. We have our big bats, but our big bats haven't been reliable. When Anthony Volpe is leading hits and Giancarlo is in a slump, Aaron Judge isn't there. Yeah. It's tough. And our rotation. Okay, I'm still happy for Herman pitching a perfect game. And again, it's not a no-hitter. A perfect game is different, you guys. Our bullpen has not been consistent since CC Sabathia, okay, was there. And that's how long ago that was.
Wow.
Okay, so I do think he will be traded. To Georgie's point, I think this will be the largest contract to date. It will be at least $700 million. And I think it will be anywhere from 5 to 7 years.
Yeah. I think he's going to get $100 million a year. That's crazy.
Well, he's worth it.
Yeah. Oh, look, I was the gentleman that I run the basketball camp with. He actually
Zion Williamson shoe.
He actually played at LSU with Shaq, and then he played on the Orlando Magic with Shaq. And big 7-foot guy, great guy. He doesn't watch baseball, so I was trying to explain to him who Shohei was, and he's like, oh, and he's like, well, how much money is he gonna get? And I was like, well, he's gonna probably get a solid 700, maybe even 800, which is just crazy, especially over 7 years, 7 years.
I think Shohei wants a ring. Listen, he's going to make the money, even if he gets a $500 million contract. Okay, that's a $500 million. 2, his endorsements and when he goes back home to Japan, the accolades and the different things that he does and will continue to do there, but just on a larger scale. But he wants a ring. He has money. He's going to get money. Yeah. He wants that ring. That's what's important.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
You want to see his endorsements? This is a full list of his endorsement deals here.
Okay.
So he's got Fanatics.
Yep.
He's got Asics.
He's with Asics?
But no. He signed a deal with New Balance. So, like, that's the thing where I'm like, he's with Asics, maybe for, like, apparel.
He might be with Asics in Japan.
Yep. Because this are, like, a whole bunch of companies, Oakley, Topps, FTX. Hey, shout out to crypto.
That's unfortunate.
MLB The Show, and then a whole bunch of, like, Japanese companies like we had figured. Yep. But New Balance, I don't think I've ever seen New Balance like make a shoe for a person.
Kawhi.
Oh, you're right.
There's a couple. Kawhi has a shoe.
Oh, that's right.
I want to say Jamal Murray has a shoe with them. And I feel like there's another one as well. But you're right. Nobody in baseball.
I think that LeVar Ball should sign Shohei Ohtani to a shoe.
Hey, listen.
That's a big ball if I've seen one.
Yeah, hey, look. And Shohei's knees would give out under the weight of his own expectations.
And he'd get a reality star pregnant.
Yeah, Oh my God!
I like her. I like Miss Nikki Baby.
Oh no, that's so bad. That's so.
LeVar was stomping mad over that.
Oh my God! I can't believe Jello did that.
It is.
Hey, listen, but look, I will say one thing for Jello though. He saw that the league was no longer an option. He punched his ticket. He's like, I'm gonna take care of myself. Is what I'm gonna do. That's too funny. All right, let's go ahead and get out on one thing. The Tour de France is going on right now, and do you even check on it anymore? Do you even know what's going on? Do you even know any cyclists right now, Ro?
No.
That's about what I felt. George, how about you?
I actually have something funny to add to this. I have Sirius XM, and so I was channel surfing. Tour de France came on, right?
Yeah.
I listened to it. Cycling is arguably better to listen to than to watch. Huh. These announcers, I felt like they were coming down the home stretch for 15 minutes. I was so lost, bro.
You're so energized. Yeah. Oh.
I was
you're pausing at the light. You're like, okay, go on.
7 miles to go.
No, wait. You said miles, bro. They were saying kilometers. I was like, I definitely don't know how far you are.
That is too good.
He thought they were coming down the stretch.
That's really good. That's really good.
But that's it. I don't care about it.
No, that's good. I asked because I saw that it was on, and I was like, I don't think I haven't cared since Lance.
You know when I would be interested, you know what I think they should do? They should take every carrier messenger in New York City and put them in the Tour de France. And because I'm going to tell you, they'll beat all of them. When you got to get across Midtown in 10 minutes because you got to deliver something or you'll be fired, you don't care. You are flying and the bike is like a 1986 Huffy, like nothing on it with one pedal.
I'm so done.
It's true. the basket in the front has the documents and a pigeon, and they're racing.
Oh my God. No, you've got 12 minutes to get there, Jim. I'll be there.
No, it's Habib. Listen.
Habib?
They're
Get
like,
off the air. We're off.
They're like, go. No, listen, I'm Arab. Don't even at me because I'm here all day for it, okay? Let me tell you something. When my people are on that mission, there is nothing you can do to stop us. They're there.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Oh, man. There's another good one from the front row.
Yes, and you guys, please, we want more entries into fantasy football. It is going to be a hit. Georgia's format is going to be hysterical. Think about what name you want. And then remember, next week during our live stream on Monday, 11 o'clock Pacific time, we will be doing the drawing. And then 2 weeks from that,
we'll have the draft.
We will have the draft. And then I am so excited for it. And you guys, 8 more Sundays till football.
Dun 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 dun. Bro, I start singing that shit out loud to Cameron.
Yeah.
Like literally, like this Sunday, I woke up in the morning. Da, 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 da. Bro, I feel it.
Like I know. As of yesterday, it was Lawrence Taylor days away, 56 days away.
I'm so done.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we are in love with football.
All right, guys. See you guys next time.
Bye,
Thanks
guys.
so much.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you go
here,
I just saw 2 comments pop in. We got Stan DeFan.
Oh, Stan
Stanley! What's good, Stanley?
Road looks beautiful.
Stanley, you're coming for the Giants Raiders game, right?
Yes. I talked to him.
Stan, you got to apply.
Okay, let me in the fantasy league.
Yes,
All right. I'll mark you down.
We know somebody that works here.
Yeah. We might be able to make that happen.
We're not saying it's rigged, you guys, at all.
No. All right.
We're saying he's entered into the entry pool.
Well, remember, Stan is also a American Fan correspondent.
He's also a correspondent for us in New York.
So he might actually get